April 8th or 9th of this year, 2023, I was riding on this scooter, this golden scooter. It was issued to me by the Veterans Administration. So I was coming out of Patterson Park, and I came across the street, and there was a big old church that had been turned into apartments. And the church had big, like giant granite stone walls, and then there was a box sitting there that said "free" on it. You know, people do that; they'll put it out in front of their apartments and give stuff away. So I stopped on the scooter, and I had my cane here, and the box was sitting here on the sidewalk. There was a dish towel across it. I lifted it up as I stepped down. I just stepped off the scooter. I was still sitting in the seat. Okay. So, in fact, this was up because it was out of the way. So I stepped, and so I had to wait here, and then all of a sudden, two bolts on this side gave away like that. Now I've got it being held on by the cane holder, right? So these two bolts came up, and the two here stayed solid, and that gave tremendous leverage to this point right here, like it's called a fulcrum. And then all of a sudden, it's pulling the entire scooter over on me, okay? And I went like that, and I'd done a little bit of kayaking, and I just did what you do in a kayak when you start to go over. You go down like this, and you whip yourself up. So I whipped myself up, and I managed to get the seat back flat on the bottom, I guess the bottom of the thing, and then it wouldn't go all the way back. The leverage was just awesome. So then I started to go back over again, right? The scooter still was tilting like, so I go back over again, and I started to do the same thing on the kayak move. And as I went like this to try to whip my head up, I went like this, and if this was the block wall of the church, I went down sideways and hit this part of my head on the church, on the way down, then down, and then this was complete. It was kind of like separated. The seat was separated like that from the bottom. It was still holding on this side, but it was tilted over, and then the thing just slammed into the bottom of the seat. So I ended up with the whole thing laying on the ground, and me crammed against the wall. I've been in that same position on a snowmobile before when it slid. Same on a motorcycle once or twice. Got to kick it off of me. I wasn't even thinking so much about it. I was just getting it off. I just kicked myself free of it. I got up, and this lady in her 60s walked by, and so I said, "You can't help me. I weigh 300 pounds at the time." And then this guy come walking by with his little dog. He was an office worker guy. He didn't lift weights or anything. So I just told him, "You guys can't help me." And I got up. Ever since then, right? I lost my appetite. I don't know. I lost my appetite. I've been losing 8 or 9 pounds a month ever since. I mean, I want to get rid of the weight really bad, but not like this. I mean, I'm not eating, I'm not doing anything. I spend a lot of time just laying in the bed, hardly ever get online and do anything. I do watch the movie documentary now and then. Watch a little bit of TV, listen to a little music, but not much. My main communication with the world was emails, and I don't even check my emails anymore. I'm rarely ever on the Facebook. I was a big contributor to that. I have like 60,000 digital images still to work with. I have 13,000 images already online. I have a lot of photography to work with. I got stuff to write. I got a lot of stuff to do. And I don't have luck. There's no possible way I can do everything I want to get done. But, and then in my storage locker, I've got all kind of prints, photo prints, and got 1,000 negatives I've never even seen scans of to work with. I have a lot of stock photography to work with and put out there. My stuff's pretty popular. But man, now so I go to the civilian hospital. So if I wasn't really hurt bad right away, why call an ambulance? Well, so at about a week and a half after that incident, slamming into the church, I finally it kept bothering me. So I went to a civilian hospital and they looked, they did a CAT scan, they found nothing there. I don't know, a few weeks later I ended up at the Green Street VA hospitals, and both of them said they couldn't feel there's a lump on this side of my head right here. It's definitely different than the other side. And when I press it like that, man, it gets back, you can feel it all the way through. And also they had to give me nausea medicine because I was nauseous for weeks and weeks. And when I pushed that, I get that crappy nausea shooting down through me. And then, day before yesterday, I realized I got a bump here in my head. I didn't even realize it was there before. And I went with a neighbor, male neighbor. I said, "Hey man, was I missing something my whole life? Did I have a bump? Did we have bumps?" No, we don't normally have bumps, but you got one. So, and when I press on that, it's the same thing. It's a discomfort all the way down through here. When I do something like I had to fill out paperwork to get help with my BG&E bill, and down there in this office with some good people, and just doing that, man, the pain just comes back. And sometimes it's like there's like an octopus up inside me, like biting in the side with tentacles down through me, which are the nausea. I don't know how long what's going to happen with this for the rest of my life. I need some fair compensation from. You can't sue the VA, but the Golden Scooter. I like the part of the conversation. I like to be compensation. Like to be number one is an Eagle scooter, their top scooter. It's 4-wheel drive. I mean, it's 4 wheels. It's a much better scooter, much suited for the rough sidewalks around here or other places I want to go. And then I like to get at least one wheelchair out of them, power wheelchair. I really like to get two. One that's lightweight and more flexible. I'd like to get enough money to get a wheelchair vehicle, a van, so I can put the wheelchair, the scooter in there and drive off. And I need a better place to live than where I'm at. Now, I'm not talking about a $1 million home. I'm just talking about a decent one-story home. I need to get a service dog. I need a service dog and a house dog, and 1 or 2 cats. I need animals around, and I need a yard, a fenced-in yard, so I can let the dogs out. And 1 bedroom, that's an office, that's a workroom. I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of photography to do. And I can't believe it. I keep going and not getting anything done. And I'm not eating. I don't hardly go anywhere. I rarely go more than 2 blocks from my little apartment here in the middle of Baltimore. I need some fair compensation from Golden Scooter or somebody.